Hey, good morning, everybody. I am Brett Cox. I'm the owner of The Grandson. We are a senior home care business, locally owned and operated to serve people amazingly in their homes, in their assisted living facilities, nursing homes, whatever you may have. And today I want to talk about the 5 must-have documents for seniors. And disclaimer, I am not an elder law attorney. I am not an advisor in any kind of way. Like I said, I just own and operate a senior home care business. But these documents are extremely important, and the overwhelming majority of people are not aware of these documents, do not understand them, and do not have them. And these are very important, so I call them the 5 must-have documents for seniors. So the first document is a durable power of attorney. Now this is a technical term, and it's good to know the technical terms because there's many terms that are similar, but the documents are very different. So this is the general power of attorney that most people know. This is a little bit more common that people have, but this governs all the financial elements of a senior, the durable power of attorney. So when they get up in age and the daughter needs to make financial decisions and have financial access, this is the document that you will need to have, and have these in place before you need them. Durable power of attorney. That's number 1. Number 2 is the medical power of attorney. So this is extremely critical, especially in my business and those in the healthcare business. And this is often a document that is kind of left to the last minute and people scrambling when they need it. Don't be that person. Have this set up and established ahead of time. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. This is the medical power of attorney. So if a senior becomes unable to make medical decisions, needs someone else to act on their behalf, whoever is designated as the medical power of attorney will be that person, and you need this document. So third, this is also a medical document. This is called the Directive to Physicians and Family, or there's another name for it called Living Will. And it's called Living Will, which is confusing. Everybody knows about a will or an estate plan when someone passes. This is a living will, which is totally different. It's not for when they pass, it's for when they're alive. And this is on the medical side also. So these are called Directive to Physicians and Family, or a living will, and it is a medical document. Now this one is a little bit more specific than the medical power of attorney. Medical power of attorney designates a person, but this document designates specific actions that they want to take place in the future if they're unable to make those decisions. And a great example of this, let's say Mrs. Jones has already put her durable power of attorney for her financial matters in place. She's put her medical power of attorney document for any medical situations. Her daughter will be that person. But she doesn't have her directive to physicians or family. And so let's say she ends up in critical position at a late point in her life. She's incoherent, unable to make decisions for herself. Let's say she's in a hospital, and her daughter has the medical power of attorney, so she's able to make these decisions. But the doctor comes into her daughter and says, hey, we have a choice here. We can put your mother essentially on a feeding tube, and she can be bedbound and in more of a vegetative state for a while. We can keep her alive, or we can skip that, and essentially she might pass in the next couple of days. What would you like to do? And the daughter has a really tough decision, an extremely tough decision. Stress is through the roof. She doesn't know. She's thinking, what would my mom want? I don't think she would want to live off of a feeding tube, but I don't know. I don't want to make the wrong choice and then my mother passes when I could have kept her alive. She doesn't know what to do. But if this document was in place, the living will or the directive to physicians and family, it can outline what to do in specific circumstances. So before the person hits those stages, They can outline what they want to do. If I ever become on a feeding tube or not, I don't want to go on a feeding tube, so don't do that. Now, if Mrs. Jones' daughter has that in the document, saves her from all that stress. She knows exactly what her mother wants. It's done. It's a lifesaver for her daughter, and the wishes get to be carried out. So the fourth important document is the out-of-hospital DNR. So many people know about DNR documents. This is do not resuscitate. This is for if someone, they lose their pulse, they stop breathing. Do you want the ambulance and the medics to come in and start pounding on the chest and trying to revive them? Do you want them to try to resuscitate the person? Some people say yes, do that. Some people say no, don't do that. Most people are aware that of the hospital document. So yes, my father has a DNR at the Hillcrest Hospital. Well, that does not apply outside of the hospital. So what if he stops breathing at home? He has no DNR order, and if he doesn't want them to pound on his chest and resuscitate him, they will do that anyway because he doesn't have the out-of-hospital DNR paper. So most people are not aware of this. Most people don't have this, and this is a critical document if it's wanted. And then after you have this, I always recommend my clients to put it on the refrigerator, because if the EMS ambulance come in, they're going to start immediately unless you present that document right away to them. So you want that document complete and ready to go. Fifth, and this is probably the least important and the least used, but it is something worth mentioning. It's called a Declaration of Mental Health. And this is a little bit confusing because this is also an advanced document. So you don't file this document when the person has a declaration of mental health. You have it before that in case it were to happen. So let's say for myself, I create a declaration of mental health document. It's an advanced directive. And I say, if I ever lose mental capacity, here are the specific orders and wishes that I wish to be carried out on the medical side. So I don't want to be placed in a psychiatric place. I don't want to be in a straitjacket, whatever have you. These orders can be acted on instead of, again, the family member not knowing what to do and stressing and guessing about what to do. So these are the 5 documents. Number 1, durable power of attorney for financial matters. Number 2, medical power of attorney for medical matters. Number 3, directive to physicians and family, otherwise known as the living will. So these are specific orders for the future in case they come to pass. This is medical also. 4th is the out-of-hospital DNR, if you want this, and that's also on the medical side. And then 5th is the Declaration of Mental Health. This is also on the medical side, advanced directives in case the person wants that, or in case the person becomes mentally unable and incapacitated to make those decisions. So anyway, all of these documents also, you can find a link to the state website. The state has these forms free for everybody. You can simply fill them out. They are not complicated forms. They are simple and easy. You can download those on our website. It's thegrandson.org, grandson.org, and then you can click Insightful Articles, and the first one you will see, that article will have the links. If you need further, more complicated items inside of these documents, I can also recommend you to some elder law attorneys in town that are great and would be happy to help you. So thanks. Hope that is helpful.